Bryan Danielson turns heel on AEW Dynamite. A top AEW star is undergoing surgery, and there were released wrestlers backstage on Dynamite as well. Find out who in the wrestling news right now. Danielson's a wrong'un. He's a baddie. He's a heel. Naughty boy. Evil man.
He's kind of got a point, though.
No! Sam Driver's a naughty un, a bad un, a heel. So Bryan Danielson last night sized up Adam Page during the Cowboy celebration, and full-blown heel. So Danielson upset that he's not facing Kenny Omega. There's one particular line that rocks out to me where it says, apparently Cowboy doesn't involve wrestling. I'm out here wrestling every week and you're flapping your gums. Some people celebrate like that. When I won the World Championship at WrestleMania, big boos, I wrestled the very next day. Of course, Virginia boos hard work.
Exactly. Screw Virginia. What have they ever done?
See, I mean, so then afterwards, this leads to a brawl. Yeah. Because Bryan Danielson says, I don't want to fight you tonight. Because Hangman Page says, all right, well, let's fight tonight then if you're so keen. And Danielson says, no, because since I got here, I heard all you do is make excuses. So I'm not going to give you an excuse when I beat you. I want you to be ready. This led to a brawl, and this bled into Bryan Danielson versus Evil Uno. And what's going to happen over the next few weeks, whilst Danielson is waiting for his title match, he's just going to beat up members of the Dark Order.
Nice.
I think next week he's going to have a go at Colt Cabana, which I think is in Chicago next week.
Yeah,
they're doing it in hometowns.
If they do it in hometowns, it's even better.
Yeah.
But this is just brilliant. I think Bryan as a heel is it's not the natural one. I think coming off the back of his WWE run as like the biggest babyface in the world, and then he of course went into the Eco Warrior. So we are aware, and we've had the No phase. We've had a couple of instances of Daniel Bryan as a fairly successful heel before. So I think this can work nicely. And now that sort of the chains are off and he's kind of a bit unrestricted now, we might be able to see a new side to heel Bryan, a bit more of an aggressive side.
I think I could hear Tony Khan ripping my check up when I say this, but I'm not entirely sure about it, to be honest. I think it came a little bit out of nowhere. And I think it's one thing to have the whole mindset of, okay, I'm the best wrestler, all this nonsense around is on the periphery, is pointless, I want to wrestle. But then just to go, yeah, Virginia, you're rubbish. After weeks of going, this is a good town. I know, it's real cheap though. It's just like,
he likes every other town but Virginia.
That's the thing.
Virginia is a town, not a state.
Who knows what it is? It's a place. But either way, sorry if you are in Virginia, you know where you are at least. That's important. That's me. Actually, you're right. It is easy to turn heel on Virginia. I take it back. No, it just for me personally, it just felt a bit sudden.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we could have maybe told a story for weeks. We got us there.
I think that we could have maybe done that, but this sort of just sets it up right off the bat, doesn't it? And so long as everything that follows this is just succinct, brutal, and kind of Danielson dispatching members of the Dark Order, kind of, I'm guessing, with a bit of a struggle along the way. You don't want to make them look absolutely weak and useless, but if Bryan's able to destroy the Dark Order on his path to Page, then that'd be great. And destroy not as in break them up, but just mow through them on the way to Page. Then it's going to kind of be like, ooh, and we're going to get that build. So
I think it also highlights a bit of an issue in the sense that now Kenny Omega's gone, there is a sort of lack of sort of heel main event stars. You've got MJF who's kind of in the wings there, but I don't know whether MJF versus Page has got legs as a big thing at the moment. I think it's something you could build to, but I think that would have felt even further out of left field. So Bryan's probably, Danielson's probably the best shout in terms of just having a name star to go up against your title holder. There was some conversation. I heard some rumblings that Eddie Kingston might have potentially become a heel at this point, but I think off the back of the work he did with CM Punk, they're like, nah, we like this guy too much. That would have been very left field to see that happen. But hey, Bryan Danielson, baddie. Do we like it? Let us know down there. I'm sure you will. Also on Dynamite last night, Kenny Omega officially signed off for a little while from the show. He said he needs time away from AEW to fix things, namely every bone in his body. Adam Cole replied when Kenny Omega was saying, "Look, I'm taking some time away." Adam Cole replied with, "Cleaner, I got this," which is a fun line, but such a subtle reference to wrestling fan poohousery from a while ago. Do you know this story?
Yeah, he was. I think was it. Kenny made some kind of passing reference about Riddle, and then this fan went off at Riddle, and then Kenny replied with something like, "Hey man, I actually like Riddle. Like, it's just an offhand comment. He's my mate." And it was like, "Cleaner, I got this. You don't have to fight this fight, Kenny. I'll fight it for you."
Fans, there's so many lovely wrestling fans, but so many let me down like that. PW Insider reported after this, the word making the round is that Kenny Omega is out for an extended period of time from in-ring action, as he's likely looking at shoulder surgery. The hope is to have some clarity on that by the end of the week. He's been in a pretty bad way, and longer than we think. He kept off the back of his New Japan run, where he went hammer and tongs.
Just look,
in New Japan.
Look at his New Japan run. Yeah. The guy is absolutely going, balls to the wall. It's non-stop. So it's not surprising that he's picked up just little kind of nicks in his armor here and there, and he's gonna require that R&R time in order to be able to heal properly. Yeah. Because if it's something he can work through, he could keep working through it, and you can keep working through it, and you keep working through it, but then it might worsen, and that's not what we want. We want Kenny Omega healthy, and we want to see him wrestle for many more years to come.
Full energy Kenny Omega, probably in the maybe after a year.
He's like John Cena. He'll take 4 months to heal from some unbelievable, impossible injury kind of list, and it'll be like, how? And he'll just materialise in the middle of the ring, and he's now 11 feet tall and glows.
Why did my brain immediately start thinking of We Love Katamari?
It's
Kenny Omega just gobbling things up as he becomes a bigger and bigger.
It's like a Final Fantasy summon. Just kind of call him out, and then he rips the ceiling off the arena. Or
that obscure character from N64 Double D, Doshin the Giant. Put a picture of Doshin the Giant behind us. You're welcome. You won't get that reference anywhere else. A rumour killer from Fightful Select. So there were some rumours doing the rounds that TNT executives had specifically told AEW to only feature one women's match per show.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say. Fightful Select say they've spoken to WarnerMedia, they've spoken to sources at AEW. It's balderdash, not the case at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that they're gonna particularly.
But it comes to something where there's such a little amount of representation of women's matches on the whole on AEW that a rumour like that can catch a bit of fire.
Yeah, like a conspiracy. But at the same time, putting the conspiracy hat on just to indulge in it, which I maybe shouldn't do, but just to put the conspiracy hat on. If they had issued an order like that, they're hardly going to come out publicly and say it. So, it's something, it's one of those things we'll never know.
Fightful Select reached out to WarnerMedia, who said, yeah, fair cop gov, that's right.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Not sorry. The TBS Championship rolls on, though. Nyla Rose made her way into the semi-finals, beating Hikaru Shida. She'll face the winner of Statlander and Ruby Soho. On Friday, Jade Cargill meets Red Velvet to determine the next semi-finalists, and whoever wins that will face either Thunder Rosa or Jamie Hayter. I think Cargill's got this.
Thunder Rosa's just... it's Cargill, Thunder Rosa...
But that could potentially be. That could look like it's looking like a semi-final match rather than the finale.
Oh God, I don't know where it's going to go.
I reckon Jade Cargill, Statlander in the final, or Jade Cargill, Soho in the final.
Oh, that'd be a fantastic final.
I think Jade Cargill or Soho, and then have Cargill.
Either way you look at it, it's a fantastic final. But
have Cargill win the whole. I think Cargill's brilliant, phenomenal work, and phenomenally interested in who was apparently backstage last night at Dynamite.
Well, we've already seen Mr. Lethal make his grand entrance to the AEW universe. We've got AEW universe. Jesus, I've been in this job far too long. Put down the pitchforks now. I didn't mean need to say it. But yeah, so kind of following off the back of one big Ring of Honor, not defection, but arrival in AEW, Fightful Select reported that Jay and Mark Briscoe were apparently backstage last night.
From the ROH universe?
Yes, from the ROH universe, which, I again just put...
the smaller universe.
The Briscoe brothers are a fantastic tag team. They work very, very well together in ring. I think that from a pure work rate perspective, they would fit in AEW's tag division like a hand in a glove.
I think that's a really
those
spicy
guys
choice.
can go ham, and that's kind of what that tag division's all about.
Going ham. I'm down for Jay and Mark Briscoe rocking up there. You know what? There's so many names that could potentially move over from ROH over to AEW. I mean, like Brody was mentioned a couple of times. It was by CM Punk as well during the media show, if I remember correctly. And a lot of names like that could really spice up things in AEW. Obviously, the hope is that Ring of Honor will come back in some form, after their hiatus. But you know what? Let's get this real great talent some stuff to do on some big platforms, and I think particularly the Briscoes will have a lovely time as part of AEW, if that is indeed where they go. I guess we'll know more at Cultaholic.com. We'll tell you when we know more. More news as we get it there as well throughout the day. It's good like that. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.